All right, guys, what's up? It's Johnny here. Second live stream of the day. I'm going to start this live stream by saying if you're new to the channel and you're not used to this long verse format and you want to see the predictions and breakdowns, go to my playlist now. Look for fight predictions and you'll see the 10-minute videos in which I do that. These are my live streams. This is where we chat about the fights. I'm actually currently watching the card live stream from Ghana. It's Amir Khan's Promotions, and I just got back from the gym. I had sparring earlier, and then, we did the live stream earlier. But from what I've heard, I've been messaged. I guess the stream, like DAZN totally took the option off of their streaming service. You can't even find it. And I've been told the YouTube, the Ghana Max, has just been on and off all fight. I guess it's been horrible. But there's also the OTX card. So I was watching that on DAZN, and those fights were odd too. So I'm waiting for Brandon Glanton to fight. So Brandon Glanton's supposed to be next. Amir Khan's cousin, I think, Abdul, just fought. He won by stoppage. It was an odd fight. He fought a guy, a Ghanaian boxer, listed as a 30-year-old, but Joseph Saki might be 45 years old. No disrespect. But, yeah, he looked two weight classes. He looked like he was two weight classes small. And I went from watching the OTX card on DAZN, in which Tamir Smalls, who fights out of Bozy Ennis' camp, came in 10 pounds overweight and fought a guy on a 7-fight losing streak. So, what's up, Rocky? Who did I pick in the Pablo fight? Let me see. I might have stayed away from that. Yeah, I don't think I wagered on that fight. Yeah, I didn't bet on every fight. There were some iffy fights. The only fight in Argentina I bet on was Campos. I got action on Brandon Glanton and another fighter, Daniel Gorsh. I took Daniel Gorsh, so I'm waiting to see that fight. That's why I'm watching Africa. I want to see Glanton, and I want to see the Daniel Gorsh fight. He's fighting Alate. 50-50 fight. Adds a lot of juice to my parlay. If we get Gorsh on top, it's a big win I did a method of victory as well. But there's a couple fights I stayed away from. I think that Martinez fight, I definitely did. I know a lot of you, I bet Donaire to stop Campos. What do you think? Yeah, I could see why. Rocky, I mean, I bet against that. I definitely picked Campos to beat Donaire. Donaire looked awful in his last. He's 42 years old. I got my eyes on Pizarro beating Mercado. I could see that landslide. Yeah, so I got a couple of screens on as well. Cheers to everybody tuning in again. Hopefully, this Ghana stream, I've been told it's been terrible in terms of cutting in and out. Like I said, DAZN was promoting it. You can't even find it on their platform. It's gone. Yeah, everybody keeps asking me about this Nunes fight. Did I miss this fight? Give me 1 second, guys. Why didn't I like this? There's something about the Nunes fight. I looked at it earlier in the week and I didn't like it. Something about that matchup I didn't like. Fernando Nunes. God, Campos got stopped last year. Fighter, does that convince you beat fighter like Donaire? Well, I mean, Campos, 28 years old. Donaire's 42. I already broke this down. You can watch my breakdown analysis. If Donaire from 2019 was fighting tonight or tomorrow, I would take Donaire. Donaire's not the same guy. Campos is going to have the speed advantage. He lost the fight against Sonny Edwards. Fought really well there. I think I'm definitely siding with the youth and the speed. I don't think Donaire has much left in the tank. Khan won right now. Yeah, Khan won by stoppage. Yeah, the internet's back on, guys. So if you have to go to YouTube, though. Abdul Khan fought a guy, Joseph Saki, 2 weight classes below him, and stopped him. Some of these matches, Donaire is a favorite. Yeah, I know. He is a favorite. Of course, Rocky. Donaire is a favorite. That's why I'm taking Andres Campos. I don't feel right betting money on Donaire, right? He was one of my favorite fighters in his prime. His left hook was one of the greatest in his era. Nonito Donaire is a Hall of Famer. He's a 4-division world champ. He's just not. He hasn't fought in 2 years. The last time we saw Donaire fight was on the Errol Spence Jr. card with Bud. He looked awful then, and I don't see him turning the clock back against Campos. Campos is going to fight him the entire time in the pocket. He's going to. I'm looking. Campos should use his speed advantage and be able to avoid Donaire's lead hook. Donaire has a puncher's chance. You know, he's a legend. A lot of people want to see him win. That's why he's a favorite. I'm going with Campos. 2-year layoff, definitely wild. Yeah, and then look what he looked like 2 years ago. Don't get it twisted. When Donaire was in his prime, he was one of my favorite fighters. I'm coming, like, when I reasoned with this matchup, I go, of all the fights in Argentina, Mexico, Ghana, there's fights in Japan and America, there's a couple fights I think that could be upsets, and I think Campos beats Donaire. And I was kind of shocked that fight, the odds are where they are actually too. So we'll see if I'm right. I'm no fortune teller, but that's my reasoning, Rocky. It's not. I don't want you to think I picked against Donaire because I don't like him. He's, like I said, in his prime, he was one of my favorite. Though he's old, it's a power that. Yeah, I agree. But guys, the power does last the longest, but it's not the same power as the heavyweights. When you look at power, especially once again, if you do the scientific method on power, how is power created? Just look at plyometric training. Speed creates power. So if you're a fighter, train a CrossFit classes, I'm not a fan. I hate CrossFit. Campos has a very low knockout. Of course, I think Campos is going to win. Still think he's going to win. When you think about how a smaller fighter develops their power comes from speed. So power is the last thing to leave for a fighter, but when you're a smaller guy and you're relying on explosivity and speed to promote that power, that goes as well. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. His last fight, Timmy's Webb, I know. He looked terrible in his last fight. I actually don't. And also, guys, if you watch my breakdown, this is a title eliminator. So even if, let's say Nonito Donaire wins, you know who he's fighting? It ain't good. Antonio Vargas. Oh, God. I think it would be in Donaire's best interest to lose this fight. Whoever his handlers are, I'm like, I do not want to see 58-year-old Nonito Donaire fight Antonio Vargas. I just don't want to see it. But we'll see what happens. You never know. He could, you know, this fight's in Buenos Aires. It's in Argentina. I mean, maybe he knows a secret that I don't that can make a 42-year-old version of him look better than he did at 40, because the 40-year-old version of him looked pretty terrible. But the 35-year-old version of him against Inoue the first time looked amazing. Like I said, the guy who fought in 2019, I wouldn't even think twice about picking that guy over Campos. But this isn't that guy. We get old, guys. We get old. Nonito Donaire's my age. I'm a year older than Donaire. This Ghana feed is horrible. What's happening is they play a fight, and then all of a sudden it just ends. So I don't know if they're doing that to kind of like, I have no idea what's going on. Rocky, I follow your lead, brother. I see it. I'm coming at it from and that's why you're right. Nonito's a big favorite. He's a favorite. Campos is an underdog for a reason. This Ghana feed cut out again, guys. Let me know if you're watching the OTX fight. I did put some action on one of those fights. Brand Pizarro versus Mercado. No, Kurt Scobie. Campos is not good to beat. When does Daniel fight? Had a good gym sesh, bro. Nice. My favorite Redbone streamer. I don't even know what that means. But yeah. Yeah, the session went good for me. I usually do all my power. I saw a couple of you guys were in the gym hitting some lifts. Somebody said they were doing CrossFit. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of adding Olympic lifts to a circuit. So, like, I'm a powerlifting coach, strength and conditioning coach, S&C. The principles of any strength and conditioning program are going to be circled around your major functional lifts. It's squat, a deadlift, or a press. And then from there, you have regressions or progressions depending on where you are in your program. I generally will, my strength program and my clients who follow my strength programming, I usually adjust it 4 to 5 times a year. I just got out of a one rep max. We did a 6-week block, 1 rep max on our Zercher squat, back squat, on our deadlift, so sumo deadlift, traditional deadlift, and trap bar, and then on our bench press. And then after that 6 weeks ended, we're doing a deload program for 4 weeks in which we're taking off a lot of the heavier weight and going back into a bit of a 10 rep max range just to kind of hit some of that foundation training. And then after this 4 week ends, which will be over soon, we're going to hit a pyramid programming, which is 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, and you periodize it. So set one would have 10 reps base. The way this works is based on your 1 rep max. Let's say your 1 rep max on your back squat is 160 kilos. If we're doing a pyramid programming, we're going to go 10, 8, 6, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. If 160 kilos is your 1 rep max, you should, and let's say you weigh 80 kilos, your 10 rep max on your back squat should be around 110. So the way I would program you, and I would collect all that data throughout the year. A lot of my clients have been with me forever. So we would do our first set at 110 kgs for 10. And then set number 2 would be 8 reps, and you add a little bit of weight. And over long periods of time, that's what you call periodization. And that's why they say strength and conditioning is the only measurable way to work out, because it's measurable. You take your client height, weight, and then you test your 1 rep maxes. And then through 1 rep max ranges, you could then see how somebody's getting stronger over a long period of time. So yeah, that's what pays my bills. So one of the things I do is I'm a strength and conditioning coach. But to answer your question about Olympic lifting, all the lifts weren't made or invented to be done in circuits. And I always tell my clients, I'm like, there's a reason why, at least here in Sydney, there's physios. You guys call them PTs, but in Australia, a physical therapist is called a physio. In all the gyms, all the corporate gyms, commercial gyms down here, a lot of them will have physios in the gym because people are getting injured. You're not supposed to be getting injured when you're training, especially if you have a coach and you have a good training program. Injuries shouldn't really happen. But look at CrossFitters. Guys blow their knees out, blow their backs out, blow their joints out. No Diddy. Anyway, end rant. This is a boxing channel. This is a boxing page. What are you talking about strength and conditioning for? Guys, wherever you're tuning in, let's like this video. This Ghana stream is killing me, man. It quit again. This is insane, dude. Let me know if you guys found a stream in Africa, because yeah, it's just not sustainable. I'm all about sustainability, guys. Whatever I'm doing now, will I be able to do it when I'm 70? But I'm also a big proponent of my version of yoga. I have my own version. It's on my YouTube channel. If you go to my playlist and click fitness, you'll see my mobility. So I do about 3 hours of mobility a week. And every other day I do an hour with clients. All right, good. You got it refreshing. No lie, I swear I saw a punching bag inside of a road today and put it in my truck. Nice. Did you get it? I love that. I'm a big fan of looking for free goods. When the fight starts, it gets... Okay, Jose, do we keep it on the same channel, though? On Max TV. So we have to sit through the African, daytime TV stuff? Yo, 90s R&B makes me cry, dog. Yeah. Same, man. Okay. Thanks, Jose. Jose's keeping us in the loop. Is 3 hours a week enough to get tangible benefits? When we're talking about, are you talking about strength gains? 3 hours a week, if it's broken down properly. If you're in a systematic program, if you're efficient. I know blokes who go to the gym 5 days a week and their bodies never change because they don't have a program. Programming is key. Efficiency is key. You have to have a plan of attack. Then you have to ask yourself, what are your goals? Are your goals weight loss? Are your goals muscle gain? Are your goals working on your cardio? So there's a lot of things going on. Glanton is supposed to be next. That's what I'm waiting on. It's supposed to be... Yeah, Glanton, then Grosh. Glanton, Gorsh, Tabiti. Most people see. I make all my own meals, Mike, and I always get pushback. Oh yeah, for sure. Next gen, go to my playlist like I told you about, and then look at watch my videos. You'll see what I'm talking about. Did somebody just say Glanton went home? Or are we getting trolled again? Yeah, as wherever you are in your life, however old you are, if you can't touch your toes, you have an issue. So mobility means working on it. Mobility and flexibility are two different things. Flexibility could be something that genetically you might just be able to, have a long extension, or you might be double jointed. But mobility is moving on different movement patterns and being able to properly bend down, being able to properly extend, properly retract. Your posture's on point, your neck doesn't hurt. So mobility, it's not, don't, some people confuse mobility with flexibility, not the same thing. It's, like I said, people are like, you're 43. This is what I do every week. I was going to say, did he joke when you said touch your toes, but you might. You're 23, Toxic. Don't say your back's ruined. What, did you get in an accident? If your back's ruined due to an injury from, a collision, a crash, there's a lot of research going on in terms of stem cell, if it's a vertebrae issue, if you have nerve damage, a lot of options these days. Like in terms of medicine and regenerating spine, we've never been in a better place. So, but if it's something due to lack of movement, okay, I think Indy has kind of psychologically gotten to their head. Are they winning right now? Let's see. (43-42). Tyrese Halliburton has 3 points. And yeah, Halliburton's going to have to, he's frustrating sometimes to watch. He really doesn't take over, I think it was game 2. He didn't really start playing until the fourth quarter. By then, they were already down too much. But yeah, he's Siakam has 10, Jalen Williams 12, Burton 3. Benny Mathurin, man, that kid, he's hot and cold. When Benedict Mathurin is on, that kid looks like one of the best guards in the whole league. And I like the attitude he plays with. Yeah, Indy has some good ball players. Guys, which boxing match? We got to stick to I got to see where these parlays are at. Oh, so you are watching the Indy games. Okay. We can't lose. So you're an OKC guy. I mean, your roster is ridiculous. I'm a Cleveland fan. You already know we lost. All right, so what fight's this? There's a fight on. So Ghana, oh no, they're replaying the this is insane, dude. They're replaying the Abdul Khan fight. Max Ghana TV. I'm not subscribing, mate. Live streams. Let me know if you have the live stream. I'm going to put the basketball game on until this is insane. 10 minutes. Is anybody watching the OTC fight card in Philly right now? Because some of you guys were asking me about Kurt Scobie, a couple guys on that card. I didn't bet on him. Brandon Pizarro versus Israel Mercado is the main event there. It's in Philly. It is. The Brandon Pizarro, it's on DAZN right now. What's live on YouTube, Christian? I keep trying to watch the African fight card, but it keeps cutting. Like, this is insane. Daniel, yes. I parlay with Hitchens winning, but not is it late run? It's just a stoppage in general next gen. Arizlandi Alvarez, why is that not on? Isn't that on the Campos card? Yeah, it's on the Campos card. It's on the Nonito Donaire. Lara's fighting Nascimento on the Donaire card. OTC cards on YouTube. Scobie Rhodes is right now. I might just put that fight on then. Guys, I'm going to put, because I just want to watch boxing. If anybody on this stream is watching that card in Africa and you see it on, could you let me know? Because I'm going to put the OTC card on. It's driving me insane. I might just put some... Who'd you guys take on the main event? Do you guys have action on the Mercado fight? Because it's... What the hell? All right, this is insane. Guys, go to BoxRec real quick. And I can't find the Nonito Donaire fight. Did they take the? Did they scrap the Donaire Campos fight? Hell no. Rando, whenever you guys, I can't find. I had the Donaire fight versus Campos, but now BoxRec took it off of their event list. Let me know if you guys look that up. See, maybe if I'm looking at something wrong. If it's canceled, the fight itself should just be void. That's insane. Because right now I'm just seeing Alvarez versus Munoz, Alvarez versus Nascimento, Delgado versus Pavlovich. Yeah, I don't even see it. Dude, this whole weekend, I told you on my last stream, this whole weekend is already weird in terms of the Ghana card. Last week with Keyshawn, there's just been some weird sort of goings on in boxing. Okay, OTX, I'm watching that. I thought that card was tonight, so it's actually tomorrow. Yeah, it is, but I'm not even seeing it. Laura Alvarez. Yeah, they can't. It's tomorrow. Argentina's tomorrow, but if you go to the Wikipedia, it's on DraftKings, and it's still, like, I still have the Donaire Campos on my betting list, but if you go to BoxRec, I don't see it. Is it? Nonito fight is still on BoxRec? It's not coming up on mine. Oh, you know why? There's 2 fight cards. Oh, shit. It's a 2-day event. Oh, it's that Knockout to Drugs tournament. I'm looking at day 1. Ah, that's why. I wanted to see, yeah, it's a 2-day event. Campos and Donaire, they're fighting day 2. Yeah. My girlfriend would say, Johnny, you're having a blonde hair moment. I know. I was looking at day 1, Rando. Sue me. All right, Kurt Scobie. How do you guys rate Kurt Scobie? You can't watch it anywhere. (16-1). Man, I can't believe he makes weight. Yeah, I'm watching him talk right now, Scobie. 16-1, 14 knockouts. It's wild that he fights at 135. He does not look like, he's one of those body types does not look like a 135er. I like Kurt, but I'm getting Stop Kills momentum. I can watch tomorrow part 2. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Dakota Linger. Would you have if I would have just said that? Would you have known that's who stopped him? Dakota Linger, Mercado Pizarro next. Unless the ladies, did Cruz and Chavez fight? Because if you're going on DAZN, which is insane, on DAZN's marketing, they have the ladies for this card on the headliner. They don't have Mercado or Pizarro. So I think the ladies are headlining. Pizarro should be next. I want to see the Gorsh fight too. That's the fight I wanted to watch today. Was Alate versus Gorsh and then Brandon Glanton. Who did Scobie just call out? Somebody from Philly. Who's at 135? I missed it. Do you guys catch who Scobie just called out? Man, what is he wait? They better not be canceled. The card's on, Simon. It's just that the stream on DAZN, they stopped doing it, and on YouTube, you have to go to Ghana TV to watch it. These fights taking too long, probably getting canceled. Well, you guys, did you hear that it was raining in the ring? That whole Ghana card, it's Amir Khan's fault. It's his promotion. But the first few fights, the fighters were slipping and falling during the fight because it was raining. And the ring wasn't covered. There was no canopy. And the announcers were like, oh, there wasn't rain supposed to come. We weren't planning for this. It's like, okay, you're going to... And this is Amir Khan's, I think, second go-around to trying to be a promoter. 10 streams about... I know. Rando, it must be driving you insane because it's driving me insane. I'm left watching this OTX card, which I already told you I didn't even know existed. These OTX fights are awful. There was a kid, Tamir Smalls fought a guy. Tamir Smalls came into his fight 10 pounds overweight and fought a guy on a 7-fight losing streak. And the announcers said nothing about the weight miss. They were just talking about how Tamir Smalls is the next coming of Boots Ennis. Well, that Ghana event is out of its mind. But come on, Rando, to think that you would put on an event. I've been to outdoor boxing before. You cover the top of the ring. I couldn't imagine not, like, I thought that was just standard. Yeah, Pizarro's coming up next. So a lot of you boys have taken Pizarro in that fight. Guys, this has been kind of a dud, mate. I'm 30 minutes in. I did it. My live stream earlier was we went about an hour and a half. It's 11:30. I'm gonna jump in the sauna. I gotta get 30 minutes in the sauna, get the sweat out. This Ghana card has left a bad taste in my mouth. I think I'm gonna end this stream, mate. I gotta go hit the sauna. But guys, stay tuned to the channel. I'm gonna go live again tomorrow morning. I appreciate all you guys. Our parlays, hopefully they're still live. Landslide, everybody here, just remember to like that video. I'm out, dude. That damn Amir Khan ruined my day. I salute you, boys.